Hello students, AS level chemistry, chapter is chemical bonding, lecture number 10. In this lecture we are going to talk about metals. We will discuss what are the typical questions that can be asked in your exams related to metals. For example, a common question that can be asked, what do you mean by metallic bonding? Second thing, how you can describe the structure of a metal? And third information that can be asked, how to guess, how to conclude, how to predict about melting point, boiling point, as well as conductivity of metals. So these are the typical questions which are asked in your exams related to metals. First of all, you must know the definition of a metallic bond. How you can define metallic bond? Always remember, metallic bond is the electrostatic force of attraction between metal ions and mobile electrons within a metallic lattice. Electrostatic force of attraction between metal ions and mobile electrons within a metallic lattice structure. So this is a simple definition that you can remember for metallic bonding. Next comes how you can describe the structure of a metal. Always remember, whenever you want to describe the structure of a metal, you must remember that in a metallic lattice, metal atoms, they always become metal ions by losing their valence electron. Look at diagram. This is the diagram of a metal from group 1. Why? Because you can see each atom has lost one valence electron and each atom has got a charge of 1 positive. So what does this mean? That in a metallic lattice structure, each metal atom, it becomes metal ion by the loss of valence electron. Now what happens whenever these electrons, they become mobile, these electrons, they keep on moving freely. When these electrons, they move freely, the electronic charge, it is spread, it is scattered within the metallic lattice structure. You can see these red lines, they are telling us the electronic charge that is spread within the metallic lattice structure. So this electronic charge, it can be remembered as a sea of mobile electron. So you can see there is a sea of mobile electrons, a negative charge of the electron, it is spread across the metallic lattice structure. Okay, now what happens? These positive ions, they attract mobile electrons. This force of attraction between the metal ions and mobile electrons, it is known as metallic bonding. And how you can describe the structure of a metal? Just remember one simple sentence, that structure of a metal can be described as a large number of positive ions immersed in a sea of mobile electrons. A large number of positive ions immersed in a sea of mobile electrons. This is how we can describe the structure of any metal. So these are the two basic information that you must remember. Number one, what do you mean by metallic bonding? Number two, describe the structure of a metal. Next question, typical questions that are asked about the metals, they are number three, about the melting and boiling point of metals. Always remember, melting and boiling point of metals, it depends on strength of metallic bond. Strength of metallic bond, whenever a metal has strong metallic bond, it would have high melting and boiling point. Now how you can come to know which metal would have strong metallic bonding? Always remember, metallic bond strength depends on two factors. One factor is ionic charge and the other factor is ionic radius. Whenever a metal is having high ionic charge and small ionic radius, that metal would have strong metallic bond, and whenever metallic bond is strong, it would have high melting and boiling point. So whenever you have been given in the exams two or more than two metals, just compare which metal ion would have high charge, which metal would have high charge, the one that has lost more valence electron, and which metal would have small ionic radius, the one with more protons, the one with more nuclear charge. Okay, we will discuss some questions. Let me explain this first. Last question that can be asked, it is about the conductivity of metals. Again, conductivity, it is the ability of metals. Conductivity, it is the ability of metals to show conduction. Always remember, conductivity of metals, it also depends on two factors. Number one, number of mobile electrons, and number two, radius of positive ion. Whenever a metal has more mobile electrons, it means it would be a good conductor, and whenever radius of positive ion of a metal is small, that would be better conductor. Why? Because whenever a metal ion has small radius, there would be less resistance to the flow of charge. Large sized positive ions, they can cause more resistance to the flow of charge, so conduction becomes difficult. So this is the basic information that you must remember about melting boiling point and conductivity of metals. Now based on this information, what are the different types of questions which can be asked and how to answer those questions? Let's see. Look at the question. Explain the trend of melting boiling point as well as conductivity. One question you can be asked to compare the melting and boiling point as well as conductivity of metals across the period. Across the period. So you have been given three elements across the period: sodium, magnesium, aluminum. All these three elements, they belong to period number 3 because they are having same number of shells. They are having 3 shells, so that is why they belong to period number 3. Now how you can answer? First of all, let's talk about melting and boiling point. What you must remember, sodium, it belongs to sodium, it belongs to group number 1. So each atom of sodium can lose 1 electron. Each atom of sodium can lose 1 electron. Mg belongs to group number 2. Each atom of Mg, it can lose 2 electrons. And each atom of aluminum, it can lose 3 electrons. So what you must remember, you can say that as we are moving across the period from sodium to aluminum, ionic charge, it increases. 1 positive, 2 positive, 3 positive. So ionic charge increases. And what is happening to the ionic radius? From sodium to aluminum, ionic radius decreases. Why? Because nuclear charge, because number of proton increases. Sodium has 11 proton, 2 shells. Magnesium ion has 12 proton, 2 shells. Aluminum ion has 13 proton, 2 shells. So what you can say, ionic charge is increasing across the period, ionic radius is decreasing. So that is why strength of metallic bond, it is increasing. So we can say across the period for metals, melting and boiling point, it always increases. So this is the simple reason that you can remember, keeping in your mind ionic charge and ionic radius. Likewise, whenever you want to give some conclusion about conductivity, you can see there are two factors on which conductivity of metals, it depends. One factor is number of mobile electron, and remember this is most important factor. First of all, you must always look for number of mobile electron. If a metal has more mobile electron, it would be a good conductor. But if you have been given a question where two or more than two metals, they have equal number of mobile electrons, then you must go and you must see the second factor, that is the radius of the positive ion. Right now in this example, you know sodium loses, how each sodium atom loses how many electron? 1, 2, 3. So aluminum, it means it has 3 mobile electron. So you can see, you can say across the period conductivity increases. What reason? Since number of mobile electron increases. So this is how you can answer a question across the period for melting boiling point and conductivity. Now I am giving you another question for elements down the group. Just pause the video, write down the answer to that question, then I will tell you the answer. The question is again, explain the trend of melting boiling point and conductivity down the group. The elements of group number 1, they are in front of you: lithium, sodium, potassium. Okay students, if you have written the answer in this example, you can see lithium, sodium, potassium all belong to same group. When they belong to same group, they have same ionic charge, one positive, one positive, one positive. So we will ignore the first factor of the strength of metallic bond, that is ionic charge. We will consider the second factor, the radius. Lithium, it is smallest in size because its atomic number is 3, sodium 11, potassium 19. So what does this mean? Down the group, strength of metallic bond decreases. Why strength of metallic bond decreases? Because ionic radius increases. So melting and boiling point, it decreases as we go down the group. So this is the simple reason. We have concluded this reason based on ionic radius, and we have ignored ionic charge. Second thing, again, while writing an explanation for conductivity of metal, you will ignore the first factor in this case, because whenever elements, metals, they belong to the same group, they have same number of, equal number of mobile electron. So in this case, now you will consider the second factor, that is about the radius of positive ion. What you can see down the group, radius of positive ion, it is increasing. So that is why conductivity would decrease. Which one of these three metal would be a best conductor? Lithium. Why? Because it has small radius. Why it would be a good conductor? Because small radius of the positive ion can give lesser resistance to the flow of charge. So this is all about this lecture, students. I hope you would have enjoyed this lecture. If you have any question regarding this topic, you can write down your question in the comments. I will answer as soon as possible. Thank you for your time. Bye.